Welcome to another round of Month in Data, in which we look at the facts and figures behind 5 trending stories this month. Talks of a TikTok ban re-emerged in March as the US House of Representatives passed legislation that could see TikTok removed from the social media landscape. The bill's stated aim is to protect the national security of the United States from the threat posed by so-called foreign adversary-controlled applications. While the bill still needs to make its way through the Senate, if passed, Chinese parent company ByteDance will be required to sell their stake or see the app disappear from US app stores. Out of ByteDance's app lineup, TikTok is by far the largest earner. TikTok's popularity has exploded in the United States in recent years, cementing the country as the home of TikTok's largest audience. But as TikTok's popularity rises, support for a ban has fallen and opposition has increased. The bill still has hurdles to overcome, but if it makes its way through the Senate, President Biden has signaled his intention to sign the legislation. Coinciding with the International Day of Happiness, the Wellbeing Research Centre at the University of Oxford published the 2024 World Happiness Report, revealing new insights on moods around the world. The US and Germany fell from the top 20 rankings of the happiest countries, with Costa Rica and Kuwait moving up the list. This global research outlines that in most countries, younger people tend to be happier. However, surveys from the Gallup Institute reveal that in North America, Australia, and New Zealand, the opposite is observed, where younger generations suffer the equivalent of a midlife crisis. The causes? Rising social media use, income inequalities, concerns about climate change and war, and lack of affordable housing. And some were definitely happier than others at this year's Oscar ceremony, the 96th Academy Awards. This year's ceremony actually started 1 hour earlier than usual, a move that looks to have paid off, with the number of people tuning in growing for a third consecutive year. As was expected with the number of nominations, much of the evening belonged to Oppenheimer, with Christopher Nolan's epic picking up winners in 7 categories, including Best Actor for Cillian Murphy and Best Picture. This puts the film in esteemed company, becoming one of the most successful films at the Oscars of all time. While Oppenheimer cleaned up at the Oscars, Barbie, the other side of the Barbenheimer coin, was the film to clean up at the box office. Barbie generated close to $1.5 billion worldwide. Moving from political thrillers to the politics of everyday life, the UK Parliament moved to implement a new smoking ban, aiming to create a smoke-free generation. Under the plan, anyone born on or after January 1, 2009 will never be able to buy cigarettes legally in their lifetime in England, with the smoking age increasing by 1 year every year. Although the number of smokers in the UK has been decreasing in the last decades, every day 350 young adults aged between 18 and 25 years start smoking regularly across the country. With the rise of vaping among the younger generations, the bill will also restrict vape flavors and regulate their packaging and display in shops. A fine of up to £2,500 can now be imposed on shops and other traders not complying to the new bill. On the other side of the world, New Zealand is actually moving in the opposite direction. New Zealand introduced similar legislation in 2022, but a change in government saw the laws repealed before they could ever take effect. The EU's AI Act passed in March, a landmark regulation governing artificial intelligence within the European Union. The growth of AI across the EU and the rest of the world has been colossal, although there is growing recognition of the need for strict guidelines around the technology. As the first ever legal framework on AI, it aims to foster innovation while safeguarding fundamental rights. With the number of AI tool users in the EU expected to grow by nearly 25% in 2024, the Act ensures that Europeans can trust what AI has to offer. Key provisions include the classification of AI systems based on risk, ranging from minimal through to unacceptable. Minimal risk AI applications face no obligations, with the majority of AI systems currently used in the EU falling into this category. High-risk AI applications include those used in critical infrastructure, law enforcement, and border control, with these facing greater levels of scrutiny. Through these efforts, the EU hopes to position the bloc as a leader in the ethical and sustainable development of AI. If you're interested in learning more about these topics and countless others, head on over to Statista.com and join us next month for another round of Month in Data.